Exposing the hidden truth. What happened at the Dr. William F. Roberts Hospital School? When people in New Brunswick talk about institutional abuse, the name Carl Toft almost always points straight to the infamous scandal at the Kingsclear Training School. Most people believe his arrest and conviction in 1992 was an isolated event tied to a single facility. What remains largely unknown to the public is that the government's formal investigation, the Miller Inquiry, exposed a much wider systemic crisis that reached right into St. John at the Dr. William F. Roberts Hospital School. This revelation hits deeply close to home. My brother, who has Down syndrome, attended the Dr. Roberts Hospital School as a day student. Like so many families, we believed the facility was a safe, supportive place designed to help children with special needs and developmental challenges. We had no idea of the dark reality hidden behind those doors. Connecting the dots, years ago, while taking my cosmetology course at the Academy of Hair Design, I went to school alongside a classmate who had spent time at the Dr. Roberts Hospital School as a child. He shared disturbing, heartbreaking stories about the bizarre, humiliating, and abusive practices the children were subjected to by adults in charge. At the time, those stories felt shocking and surreal. But years later, when I began looking into the history of the facility and realized my own brother had walked through those same doors, everything clicked into place. The dots finally connected. What my classmate described wasn't an exaggeration. It was part of a horrific, documented pattern of abuse that had been hidden in plain sight. The Reckoning, the Miller Inquiry. When Carl Toft was brought to justice in the early 1990s, it blew open decades of institutional silence. To address the public outrage, the province established a commission of inquiry led by retired Justice Richard L. Miller. The inquiry was mandated to investigate allegations of physical and sexual abuse across 3 specific provincial facilities. 1. The Boys Industrial Home in St. John, the former reformatory on Sandy Point Road. 2. The New Brunswick Training School at Kingsclear. 3. The Dr. William F. Roberts Hospital School in St. John. The inquiry confirmed that systemic abuse was not contained to a single guard at Kingsclear. At the Dr. Roberts Hospital School, a facility operated by the Department of Health for Children with Disabilities in wards of the state, the investigation uncovered deep-seated misconduct. Criminal convictions. 2 former staff members at the Dr. Roberts facility were convicted after pleading guilty to 14 counts of sexual abuse against former child residents. Institutional restraints and isolation. Archival records show that physical restraints were routinely used on children, and the facility relied on windowless 10-by-6-foot brick quiet rooms for solitary confinement. Vulnerable targets. The abuse targeted both male and female residents with mental disabilities, as well as young children awaiting foster placements. The Government Redress and Compensation Program. Following Justice Miller's report, the New Brunswick government established the Compensation for Victims of Institutional Sexual Abuse program. The findings forced the government into a massive, multi-year redress process. Millions paid to victims. By June 2001, the province received 413 claims and paid out over $10 million. $10,159,744.66 to 284 validated survivors across the 3 schools. Support services offered. Validated victims were offered structured financial settlements up to $120,000, funding for psychological counseling, and access to vocational training. Official apologies. The Minister of Justice issued formal apologies on behalf of the province of New Brunswick to the victims who suffered under state care. Why we must talk about it today. For years, the narratives around places like the Dr. Roberts Hospital School were carefully managed. Families trusted the system, believing their children were in safe hands during the school day. Uncovering these official documents isn't about dredging up the past for no reason. It is about breaking the silence. Many people in St. John still do not realize that staff members right here at the Dr. Roberts facility were convicted of criminal abuse against vulnerable children. Looking back now, I think about my brother, my former classmate, and all the other children who walked through those doors. They deserved safety, dignity, and total protection. By sharing this history, we ensure that the truth is no longer hidden, and that the experiences of these children are finally acknowledged.